We asked federal government authorities if they had any evidence of terrorist links to Australia's halal industry. The Australian Crime Commission says it is not aware of any direct links. ASIO referred us to Australia's Financial Intelligence Unit, AUSTRAC, which says there is no evidence to support the claims that halal certification fees fund terrorism. But for anti-halal campaigners, that absence of proof will never be proof of absence.
There's no direct evidence, but most criminal activity doesn't have direct evidence, so I think that's an illegitimate argument, I guess, that is thrown up in our faces a lot.
You have to look at the connections between the people involved and the groups involved, because then you start to see all of the links and connect the dots.
But you can't connect those dots.
Yes, we can. But we just don't have...
Well, can you connect them for us now?
Not right now. I mean, I don't have all the information in front of me. It's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Well, not to me, and not to the Australian Crime Commission or to AUSTRAC.
Well, that's...
who both say there is no evidence, or at least they have no information suggesting direct links between halal certification and terrorism.
A lack of information doesn't show that it's not there, does it? All it means is that they haven't done their homework properly.
Well, if I could...
Hi, I'm Chris here talking about the Anglican. It's the 9th of March. Most of this video I did yesterday, but I wanted to switch it around, and so I edited it, and so there's a limited amount I can do because it's just on a phone, and that's why a lot of the videos have mistakes and stuff in them, but there's nothing I can do about that because I don't have a computer, and the reason for that is the Anglican attackers, like the computer science guy next door, have made it impossible for me to have a secure and private computer atmosphere environment. So this is a additional edit, and that's why the time is different from the rest of the footage. Today I wanted to show you a couple clips from a video or from a program that was on the ABC about halal. I'm not interested in talking about halal. I'm not interested in talking about kosher. I'm not interested in talking about Christianity. I think that a lot of people who claim they're Christians are false Christians. They don't have any idea what Christ wanted, and they seem to ignore what the Bible says that Christ wanted, and they seem to fabricate their own stories about what Christ wanted. And I don't agree with this. A perfect example is here at 126 Croydon Avenue. The More Theological Bible College owns the Anglican Church owns most of this building, and it's used to house More Theological Bible College students. So, all that aside, the Anglican More Theological students committed many crimes against us: break and entry, computer break and entry, remote computer assault, remote computer attack. Network attack, network monitoring, cell phone monitoring, cell phone attacks, and it goes on and on and on. And one of the attacks that they're using, I call Incendia, there's no evidence for it. It's much like Patrick Stewin's IAMT attack, which uses advanced management technology from Intel and Intel's management engine, ME, to attack the machine. This is worse though, because it can attack any machine. And their constant harassments have basically made any computing like difficult or next to impossible, because they're constantly hitting the machine, they're constantly assaulting. And not only that, it's just knowing that they're always constantly monitoring the activity. It really gets frustrating, and it's like really stressful. They don't let up, and they increase their attacks. All these crimes I've taken to the police, and I've talked about I've even brought them up to 2 different politicians in this area, and I brought them to the ABC. brought the story to the ABC, and I asked them to do a profile on it and an evaluation of it and an investigation. Nothing ever happened. And I think suggests that there's lots of evidence, tons of evidence that shows that these people are doing what they're doing, but it's never looked at and it's always covered up. That's why it's important, this video, because in this video, this woman for Halal Choices, Kira Lee Smith, goes and says that, oh, criminals don't need it. Criminals don't leave evidence. That doesn't suggest that there's nothing there. See, for her to say that about the Muslims is perfectly acceptable, and nobody bats an eye. But when I bring to them an attack that actually leaves no evidence, and that's the whole point of the attack, and that what I'm suggesting is that they're going to use this attack on other people in society, and they're going to disable the lives of other people in society in the same way that they've disabled our lives, and attack other people in society and steal from other people in the same way they've done to us. Well, they don't want to hear that, because these are Christians. Now, if these had been Muslims were doing this, or if these had been Sikhs that were doing this, or that group, that religion in China that's beat up Wollongong, beat up and terrorized, there would be no hesitation on the authorities to evaluate and pursue it, and there'd be television shows and broadcasts, and the story would be huge and go all over the world. Muslims have a new computer attack, blah 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 blah. There'd be house break-ins, there'd be police assaults, there'd be police investigations, it would go on and on. There'd be new laws made to protect us from this evil crime. But because it's Anglicans, nothing happens. Does it have something to do with the fact that Premier Mike Baird is an Anglican? Does that have something to do with the fact that a lot of laws being passed by the Australian government right now seem to have to do with metadata retention? They want to decide what a computer is. They want to define what a network is. They want to define what a computer is. They want to define what metadata is. This is the government. They want to define all these things so that they can define the laws that say that they can break into these things, and it's not against the law. And that's exactly what they're doing. And I brought this to everybody that I possibly could. I even brought it to journalists. I'm even trying to Twitter now, and this is why I'm doing this YouTube video, is to try and make people aware. So it's one group of people can use justifications like that, and another group of people can't use them, even if the other group of people, myself in this case, it's a valid argument. This computer attack is designed to leave no evidence. You have to look at secondary evidence. It's a valid argument, and yet they don't listen. The first thing they say when I bring this forward is, where's your evidence? Where's your evidence? The first thing they say when I try to explain, look, this attack leaves no evidence, and I point them to Patrick Stewart's study of the IAMT attack as an example, only this is worse. They say, well, we're not the ones to talk to about this. And that's the way it always is. Well, we're not the ones to talk to about this. So I think it's hypocrisy, and I think it's cover-up, and I think it's a horrible thing that they're doing, and it has to stop. But nobody wants to stand up. All they do is cover up, and they cover up with their friends. And they blindly listen to the church authorities that are telling them what to do. And I think it's wrong.